some of the people on this stream tonight have seen Alien Romulus, and I'm curious, because we've got another guy backstage, Lance, who's one of my mods, who I've streamed with multiple times over the years. He's seen it as well. I don't want to go into spoilers because I know the movie's just come out, but it would be interesting just to hear your guys' initial thoughts on it. And Lance, welcome to the stream, my friends. You've just got back from seeing it literally tonight. You've seen it.
His face sums it up basically.
I saw it at the London premiere last night. I mean, I don't want to get into spoilers, but as soon as I heard them say the line "Get away from her, you bitch," I was like, "You didn't."
Oh no! They didn't do that.
You did it, and like this was the premiere. People were groaning at that line. So anyway, but the thing is like in Alien, you know, your crew is basically your trucker crew. They're working class, kind of ordinary people, right? But even though some of them are quite annoying, you're still kind of rooting for all of them. There's something about each one of them that you like. And that's good writing. It's good performances. It's down to the right combination of the cast and the thing. In the first 10 minutes of this, it's like this character is slightly annoying. This character is mildly annoying. This character is extremely annoying. I hope they die really soon. And you're by the end of the movie, you're rooting for the alien to kill these people. And I don't think that's really what's supposed to happen. I think you're really supposed to be on the side of the. So for me, having a main protagonist that you were not really. I didn't know enough about the lead character, and I wasn't invested enough in this person. Also, to believe that she could do certain things or whatever. They didn't go full girl boss or anything like that. But I mean, the film does have some good things, but it's got a lot of bad.
I mean, in the original Alien, like the hallmark of that was that the characters were not dumb or anything. Like they actually made smart, logical decisions based on what they knew to try and counter the alien. Like, and I take it we're not getting that in this movie.
No, they're dumb kids in space. That's it's dumb teens doing dumb things in dumb space.
The log line for this film should be Alien Romulus. People do stupid shit again, because that's what they did in the last movie, and they really do some really stupid things. And I just was like, you know, I mean, even if you're just kind of kids that don't know that much stuff, you do know that you're in space, and you know that you shouldn't fire at walls and that kind of stuff. And those aren't the stupid decisions they make. I'm trying not to give spoilers here, but they do really, not just dumb things, but annoying things that just annoy you, as opposed to intelligent, good things that just don't happen to work. That, you know,
I will add this, that there is a couple of things that I will throw out as good. So the first, I'd say 2/3 of the movie does have a really good aesthetic to it. They don't overly rely on CG. The latter portion, they really start pulling the CG in, which sucks. Let me see. I have like several notes here that I took.
They kept the technology the same from the first.
Yes, everything is very similar.
Like all the computers and all of that stuff looks like it should. It doesn't. You don't feel like we're in a different universe. That's really good. Like Dark House said,
it does feel connected. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah. Right. The aesthetic is great. The effects are good. There's some really good photography.
In terms of the era that we're in, because like obviously, you know, you get the first Alien movie. The second one is like 60 years later.
It's
like,
between.
Where do we sit in that time?
It's between. It's about 2 decades after the first movie. They mentioned that. They even. Should I say this? There is a character that appears from the first movie, so it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you can find out who just by looking at the IMDb.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a huge spoiler because you could just go to the wiki.
Is it like inconsequential? Did you guys cringe with that appearance?
I wouldn't say I cringed. I cringed that he became so involved with the plot. If it would have just been something that happened quickly and it was like okay, but he was pretty much in the whole movie. And I don't know about the whole film, but I'm undecided about whether that was a good idea or not. It was a nice surprise, but I'm undecided about whether it was a good idea or not. I don't know. This film could have been so much more original. The Dark Horse comics are packed full of really good
alien stories, really good alien stories, lots of action, and not just a repeat of Aliens. And I just don't understand why they haven't bought the license for one of those and filmed it. I just don't understand, because they
don't have to buy the license anymore. The Marvel now officially has that dark horse.
Well,
license.
there we are. So
they don't need to do that.
There you go. So that's got that excuse.
At the very least, like, okay, like, even if the characters are dumb and not that likable, like, are the horror elements any good? Like, is there any decent action sequences in it?
It's one really good original action scene I thought was pretty cool, but
most of the horror is stuff that we've seen already. Unfortunately, there's nothing really original about it. The one thing I said early on, until the very end, which
there's one original thing which sucks. Just, when they did it, I went, oh no, you haven't done that again, have you?
Yeah,
and you know
there was two things. So early on, they kind of show the way that Weyland Yutani treats blue collar workers in a really interesting way, but they do it in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the movie, and then they never really address it again, which sucks. Which that could have been a good thing, and they didn't go that route. I'm just kind of like going through my notes here for which ones are. I did
like the setup of this is what it's like to work on a Weyland Yutani planet. It was very Blade Runner. You got about 10 minutes of it, huge sets, lots of extras, really well visualized, really well shot. And for the first 10 minutes, I was lured into this full sense of security. This is really good.
Lance, let me ask you this: Did you get this same sense as me? I felt like the movie itself felt like it took way too long to start and then took way too long to end. Almost like there was no middle. Like it was all beginning and end.
It is true. It took a bit of a while for the first kind of proper jump scare with consequences to actually take place.
40 minutes in, actually. I looked at the time. It was 40 minutes in.
The ending was just really long-winded with, it was a bit like the Terminator film, except that's good. And you have another bit, and then you think everything's done, but it's not done, and then you have another bit, and it's just by then I was just like, oh Christ, when's this thing going to end?
And they have
on this film,
No, well, they have this weird subplot about essentially the best way I could put it is like racism against the androids, but they use the term obsolete in like a replacement for retarded. Like it's the best way I could put it. It's because the one that is the main character. I don't know if he's the main male character, if you want to call it that, is clearly not functioning as properly for big chunks of the movie, and then they do kind of fix that.
You're talking about the character of Andy.
Andy.
David Johnson.
And he plays it really well, but they are using that as a stand-in for people with mental deficiencies and stuff, that he's obsolete. They just keep saying obsolete over and over again. And it's a weird subplot that didn't need to be there. Because it doesn't really play too hard into the film. It's just that beginning and that first 30 minutes or so, and it just felt so jarring compared to the rest of the film.
I just didn't. His arc, which started off as quite interesting, they just overplayed it, and they went back and forth on it too much, and I just by the end of it, I just didn't care. So, the film looks really good. It's really well shot. There's some beautiful visuals, especially some very sort of nods to 2001 and that kind of thing. But great shots alone do not for a fantastic movie make. And the characters are the problem. The characters in this film are the problem, and I just didn't care about them.
I don't think any of the actors were really good. I mean, I don't know who most of them are, and the ones that I do know weren't in anything. It's one of them is the one chick from the Hispanic chick from Madam Web, Merced,
which I have
the main character, the main character girl, and she has maybe one scene in the whole movie where I'm like, oh, she's actually acting in that scene. The rest of it is very deadpan. You never get the sense that they're truly afraid of what's going on around them.
She's not having a great year, is she? To be in Madam Web and then apparently like Alien Romulus, which seems to be shit as well.
The ultimate question, right, for both of you. You got to rank it in the pantheon of Alien films. What is above and below it?
No, I'd say it's not as bad as the one set in the space station where they're doing the experiments. The fourth one. It's not as bad as the fourth one.
Yeah,
better than Resurrection. Right.
I'd say that it's a like a finger above that. Like, you know, when the alien puts its finger and it's climbing out, it's like that level above that one. But
I would agree that's probably
better than Resurrection. There you go.
Yeah. I would say that's probably correct. It probably is a little bit worse than 3, the director's cut of 3, but not at a little bit better than Resurrection. Yeah,
I don't think it's anywhere near as good as the director's cut of 3. Yeah. Some of the characters in that film were actually quite interesting, you know, even if they did just swear a lot and tended to bend a bit. But yeah.
What about by comparison to the more recent ones, Prometheus and Covenant? Like, is it an improvement on those?
Well, funny you should.
Why did you say that name?
Funny you should mention Prometheus, because the word Prometheus gets mentioned in the film, and there's a direct link. Now, I won't say any more.
I think you may have given it honestly, I don't think it's going to change too much. There's some black shit involved. That's all you need.
Oh god,
yeah,
god,
yeah, mate.
What was the black goo?
Yeah. So I don't. There's actually like a plot point to it that is really dumb. That might be the only thing I could say, is that you might want to watch it just to see how dumb that black shit can get.
I mean, it's already massively dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I know. I'm not even going back to what Covenant does.
Your DNA, it makes complete sense.
Platoon, you're definitely going to want to take a big swig from that glass you're holding, man. It's
oh god, okay, I will do.
Yeah.
Dude, when the trailer came out, I was like pretty cynical, and people felt I was too cynical. Apparently, I wasn't cynical enough, because you guys have made it sound pretty miserable.
Well, I watched 10 seconds of the trailer, and I thought the trailer showed me too much already, and I switched it off. And I've never seen anything since. I haven't read any articles, nothing. So I went into it completely blind, apart from having seen 10 seconds of the trailer, and I just thought, you know, I'll give it a fair shake. And
the trailer just looked mildly competent, and I was just hoping for a generic Aliens movie that wouldn't rock the boat, it wouldn't do anything crazy, but it would just be like blandly acceptable. I think that's the best we can hope for at this point with the franchise.
It's not a terrible film. It's just I just wasn't invested in the characters, and for me that's always a problem. I think the younger generation might. Oh my god, an alien in the room!
Fuck. It's weird. I saw it on my screen, and for a moment I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
I mean, the silhouette was pretty close. Did someone mention my name?
It definitely plays it safe, leaning on a lot of the tropes from the previous movies, even a lot of references. It definitely used some of its best shots in the trailer, which is pretty common nowadays anyway. I think Mauler, was it you who said that Fringy? I think you said Fringy said it was a 4 at best, and that's probably what I would give.
He said he could be argued up to a 4 maybe, but it would definitely not go any higher than that.
I would like to see that if there's some sort of director's cut or something.
I'd give it a 5 out of 10. I don't think a director's cut's going to help it, because there are too many core fundamental things that just weren't working for me personally. I think the younger generation might buy into it. I think, you know, people that didn't grow up with the same Alien films that I grew up with are probably going to be less critical of it, and that's fine. And if they love it, good stuff.
I don't know. I mean, as against that, I know I don't think alive when most of the good Alien films came out, and I still hold them to a much higher standard than anything that's come out while I've been alive. In fact, I kind of resent my generation for creating Prometheus and Covenant.
But that was Ridley.
That was Ridley. No, that's a good point. No, okay, going to see them. Let's say that they gave them another film after Prometheus. That's my problem.